So it's been like 6 months.
It has?
No. I don't remember when we did the last one. It might have been April. In which case it's been 2 months.
Didn't we plan
least.
like the next
we
thing
said
like 2 weeks later? We were like, yeah, in 2 weeks we'll watch
Yeah,
it.
we were like, we'll do it in 2 weeks, and then we said we would do the retrospective a month later. Which has been more than a month and 2 weeks.
We definitely watched it.
What happened at the last one is what we need to know, first off. She wakes up and becomes a vampire. Yeah, I forgot.
Dude, that was
Jacob and Prince
pre-Kendrick.
on,
We were doing that shit before
Renesmee, that's
Drake.
the daughter's name. Renesmee.
Oh, I hate that name. I for real thought she was joking. I remember that. She's like, I think it's Renesmee. I'm like, oh, I'm on pranked. Pull out the cameras. Like, what? Who? Well, they were trying to see if Jacob would be mad. It's so dumb. Isn't Esme the mom's name?
Yeah, that has to be
The one who has like 5 lines ever?
Yeah, that has to be Edward's mom. Because Renee is a regular name. So that's definitely the human's name. I mean, we can talk about expectations. Although I know damn well what's going to happen in this movie.
I don't.
This movie, other than the first one, is the one I know the most about.
I just am behind the gun. I think honestly, the second one was probably the last one that they needed.
The second movie?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes. What even happened? The third one was so bad.
Yeah, the third one was the shittiest one for sure.
And then the last one, I was just laughing at the weird effects, the weird marriage plot. Then you got...
Wait, you talking about the fourth one or the third one?
The fourth one.
Oh, yeah, and the fucking funny scene when they have sex and break the bed.
What's in my Christian Minecraft? Dude, literally, like I don't care about the weird... I don't even remember what the name is. It starts with the V.
Oh, the Volturi.
Yeah,
The
all they did
villains.
was kill the children. They
Yeah.
killed the kid. So what? It happens.
Oh, yeah, that was another
That
thing
was
they
it.
did in the last one. They had, like, their minions
It was like
come
2 movies ago.
and be like... What the fuck did they say? They might have been the ones who said, like, you need to turn her into a vampire. Talking about Bella.
Yeah, that was really it.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, and then they're also... I think they said that they're gonna, like, come for their child. Because she's a half-breed. Yeah, I know.
I think that was Jacob. Oh, I can't be in this. Nope.
Yeah, so that's not getting edited out.
Bro, if you rewatch that, you can see the restraint I was having. I was trying so hard.
Oh yeah, the climax of this movie,
Don't say that.
which is that's what it's called. The climax of this movie, which is the climax of the entire movie series, is not in the books. I know that. So keep that in mind when it happens, because I know that because like my sister and my family, when they like went and saw this when it was in theaters, then everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's not in the book, and it's the fucking climax of the movie.
I honestly think there's probably fan fiction written better than this.
That's definitely true.
Did you know
That's
the
definitely
longest
true.
like piece of literature is a Super Smash Bros. Brawl fanfic? It's like 30 Bibles long.
Oh my god.
Like,
Is it like still getting updated?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's I honestly, it has to take like hundreds of hours to go through.
Yeah, that would take
It's like good on him, but also like, bro.
Like, dude, what are you doing?
What
are you doing?
At what point is like, you can't write anymore. Just turn it in.
Okay. I don't know what else to say before the movie.
I'm just saying, if there was a sixth movie, I would quit this series. Unless they made some crazy thing like Bella got a divorce and now Jacob's trying to get with Bella's dad. Like some weird
with Charlie. He's trying to get with Charlie. Better. Stephanie Meyer, the author of the books, did write a book. I think it's called Midnight Sun. That's the first book from Edward's perspective. And I think that they're going to make a movie based off of it. So you know what that means.
How are they going to do that?
You know what that means.
He can read everyone's mind, too. Like
that means in theaters, we're seeing that.
So then
shit.
it's just going to be him, like...
I mean, they might not even make a movie.
Some dude is going to give, like, really good
acting,
acting, looking suspicious, and then Edward's going to read his mind, and he's like, oh, he's not suspicious. And it's just going to be like, Bella, oh, what is she like? Tries reading her mind, and then it's just nothing, and Bella staring at her, talking about osmosis. Not osmosis. But cell division.
They were talking about mitosis.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
They were talking about cell division.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that's where it went wrong in my life. I didn't talk about cell division enough with women. That was wrong. My one...
That's the root of all my life's problems.
If I put one more skill point into Riz, it would have been cell division. And it would... I would have won the game. It's a game changer. Any youngsters watching this, just talk about cell division.
Dude, if this video somehow ends up getting to like little kids,
or like 5-year-old,
like some 5-year-old. Dude, when the original videos were on my personal channel, which I took them off of it because I don't want my name associated with this shit. The first 2 videos got like 70 views and like had like 5 comments on each. I was like, dude, what? Why are people watching this shit?
Comments.
It was randos. It wasn't even like people we knew.
They're like fire.
Like, no, one of them. I
specifically remember. Bella actually is a good character.
I specifically remember someone was like, because the video was called like 2 Dudes Watch Twilight. It was like, oh, 2 dudes watching Twilight. That's kind of sus. I upvoted the comment. I liked the comment.
It's on your personal account, and it's just you. The only comment you ever liked on your personal account was them as like alluding to us. That's hilarious, dude. Oh my god,
people. You want to know what's funny too? I'm not gonna say. I'm just wasting time at this point. Do you have anything else to say about the movie?
This is so unremarkable right now. This has a 49
on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's the highest one. The first one's also 49. They're both tied for 49. They're both.
What was the Are we missing anything? Like, what did we do last time for?
What do you mean?
Because I feel like there was one of these videos where we were like, it was after it and we were reviewing, and then we talked about it for like 30 minutes, and we go, oh shoot, we go through the soundtrack and da 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 da. Like, do we have any structure to this? Or is okay?
No, we just talk about it.
I'm done.
We just go. Okay, well, see you in 5 seconds once we've watched the movie. CGI baby.
That's how you start. I don't know how I felt about that one. I think you give your opinion first.
It's not as good as the first one, which is what all the reviews say. It's definitely not that good. Although it's probably the second best. But nah, I would watch this just for the fight again. That wasn't in the book. we were talking about this during the freaking thing. Like, up until the fight, jack shit was happening. Nothing was happening. Oh, yeah, and all the new vampires that they brought in, they should have been in it before. Like, they should have showed the diversity of, like, the vampires and shit. Like, all the ones that have different cool powers, they should have showed all those before. But they didn't, which is stupid.
Yep.
They opened it up with a really freaking, like, strangely professional intro.
It was too long.
It kind of was. With, like, a really epic version of Bella's Lullaby, too, as the soundtrack.
It looked like a fan-made Game of Thrones intro.
No, there was that.
I'm gonna cut to the chase. I think this is the second worst movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think the third one is
Take
the
out
worst
the
one,
fight
first
scene.
off?
What do you have in this movie?
Nothing.
The most mid-epilogue bullshit.
But the
which
fight
is
scene.
what the fourth movie basically was. Which is what the third movie basically was. It could have ended after 2.
See, here's the thing though. If I'm there's no way this is gonna happen. I was about to say, if I'm with a group of people and they say we're gonna watch Twilight, which wouldn't fucking happen. First off,
Oh yes,
if that
very common occurrence.
if that were to happen, odds are we would watch the first one. If we weren't, if like they said no, I would say okay, we're watching the last one then. Because what's the use of watching any of the other ones if you're not watching the first one?
No, because
you watch
then you
the
don't
last
understand
one purely for the fight.
Pedo Jacob. Then Jacob is just a weird, like, older brother
God.
who then calls Edward dad at the end. Like, what?
I guess I should start calling you dad.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Pedophilia.
I'm gonna. That's a good clip. That's a good clip.
Welcome to YouTube Shorts.
I don't know what the fuck else to say, bro.
That's
Like
it?
you said, you said there's not much to say.
That's all you got. Okay, I think this movie was mid, low tier kind of shit. There are so
As a
many
movie, it's still
bad
not great,
effects. The speed when they were showing off Bella's powers was so dumb. The conflict of Bella, like, oh, I can't be around humans and smell blood. That only really had an effect with the climber and then her dad, and that was it.
Yeah.
And they didn't need another excuse for Bella not to care about Charlie, because she already doesn't care. They just want her to see redeemable, which is what they did every time Bella screws over Charlie. She's unforgivable. They took out Alice for like half the movie again. I was so mad. She still has the flapper haircut. I hate it.
Yeah.
The stupid... Okay, I have so many criticisms now that I'm thinking about this. I think it was really weird with the honeymoon scene thing where they're like, yeah, who is the two? They're like, those two...
Jasper and...
No.
Alice?
The other couple. The really annoying blonde and the steroid boy.
Rosalie and then...
Yeah.
Their
They're
brother.
like, yeah, they did it for a decade.
No, they weren't talking about
5
them.
minutes.
They were talking about... I thought they were talking about Jasper and...
No. Not my girl, Alice.
Alice.
Alice is...
I thought that's who they were talking about.
I love Alice. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just go through it, because there's not much to this movie. IMO. Alice leaves. It was a really dumb way. And then her message that nobody else could get to protect it was, look at what this one paper I tore out of a book that nobody else will do. Also, I hope you keep this letter. And it's like, only I will remember this. It's like, no. Alice is also amazing. Edward was like, when they pulled up to the Valkyrie, was like, I was looking for Alice. Like, do you think she betrayed you? Alice is literally the best character ever. Literally any time. Dude, Alice takes better care of Bella than Edward does.
Alice takes better care of
Yes.
Bella. Yeah.
If Alice wasn't there, Edward wouldn't have the prep. Alice literally gives them prep time to deal with literally every freaking, like, take Alice's gift away.
Well,
screwed.
Yeah, that's why. It's just because she can see the future.
Also, got the dress, did her hair, did her makeup for the wedding, got her a whole house, got her clothes and sexy lingerie in the house, and when they went to Brazil, she got her lingerie. Yeah, I don't remember what other thing
Edward's not going to do any of that. You're saying that she does more than Edward? That's because Bella should have been gay.
Bella should have been gay. Jacob was much better in this movie, I think, as a character. He just was chill.
Yeah?
He wasn't an insufferable person.
That's true. He wasn't an asshole in this movie at all.
Also,
like before.
Can we talk about the line? Do you know what line I'm talking about?
Wait, no.
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster.
That's amazing.
Dude, there were so many points in this movie. We just audibly died laughing. The CGI baby face is so bad.
CGI.
And then it like grew on me so much that when they showed the real actress,
grew on you,
dude. When they showed the real actress,
then it looked uncanny.
Like,
uncanny.
And Renesmee has autism. She literally doesn't talk. She just touches people's faces. Okay. This movie. They plot dumped too much. They expositioned a whole fighting system.
That's why they should have put all the people, all the other vampires in the previous movies.
A whole fighting system that literally could have been explained throughout the whole series. Like, if Bella was changed and turned after the second movie, it would have been so much better.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking what they should have done is they should have had the first half be her as a human, the first half of the series be her as a human, and then the second half of the series be her as a vampire.
The first
that
two,
way it would have been equal.
I think, are great conflicts, great setting up. They just need to add more exposition, add more Valkyrie things, maybe have them doing some stuff, show how powerful they are. Because we don't even get a power scaling until like they dark magic tentacle dude.
Yeah, they have a fucking Lost TV show ass smoke monster as their fucking
and
weapon.
then the final fight. Those were the only times we saw their power scaling. We didn't know what we were up against. So then we're like, okay, they got like 20 people. This should be fine. And the Valkyrie have like 80, and they got tentacle monsters, and they one-shot Carlisle. They had no chance. And then they needed to change Bella. Cut the third movie. Third movie did not.
Yeah, the third movie isn't.
The fourth movie plot was great. And then the Valkyrie was also good. I hated it so much.
Yeah, they didn't need to split this Breaking Dawn into two movies. They could have just had the first movie, and then they could have just had like the fight and shit. The fake fight. They just did it because they wanted to be like, oh, Harry Potter did it. So now everything else has to do it.
Maybe, but I feel like you would have to take out a lot. I don't know.
They would have had to have taken out all the exposition. Because it would have been like a 3-hour
movie.
But like, they should have not had that in this movie in the first place.
All the vampires, like, we don't even remember the names.
Yeah.
The Avatar guy had some actually good effects. I like the effects on that. I'm trying to think of other things. Bella being mad at Jacob for imprinting was funny.
Yeah, that's right at the start. That's when she says, "You nicknamed my kid after the Loch Ness Monster."
Such a good scene. Charlie got a girlfriend. They mentioned her name once.
Yeah.
It was bullcrap. They didn't need to.
I thought they were going to tell they kind of told Charlie stuff. I thought they were going to tell him everything. He still doesn't know jack shit. He still doesn't know that Bella's going to outlive his ass.
No. Can we talk about how the only time Jacob has taken off more than just his shirt was for Charlie?
He was stripping in front of Charlie.
Yeah, literally every other time he was like, chill. And it's like, they made it so canonically the pants don't, like, rip, right? Because when they de-transform, the pants are always good. So he didn't even need to take off his pants. He just did that for fun.
But then he just does it.
And then you got... The whole Charlie thing was dumb. I like the scene where they tried convincing, or, like, teaching Bella how to act like a vampire. Or like a human.
Yeah.
I think that was good. And then the stupid thing about shining in the light is just such a... It doesn't need to happen.
Well, yeah, it's been stupid. We've said that after the first movie that it was stupid.
Twice. Once in the first movie to be like, show me. Show you I'm a what? A vampire.
Yeah, and then they use it.
Say it. No, the most unforgivable thing, they didn't have the creepy dog poster in Bella's room. They didn't even go to Bella's room. That was in every single movie, but they didn't use the Airbnb once. Unless it was like in the background of Charlie's thing. But I didn't see it. We were making a lot of jokes about Jacob. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Which we talked a lot about the logistics of like... Well, we didn't talk about this, but I thought a lot about this. Of like, okay, so she'll stop looking older at 7. When she turns 7. And she'll look like a adult person, like in their 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what the one dude said that they brought in.
It's still weird.
Well, yeah.
And also the whole movie working under the assumption she has like a few years. Like we were convinced that she wasn't even going to make it to 18.
I mean, did they ever say that though? I don't think
Bella said we don't have much time. And
I don't think that was insinuating that she's like gonna die.
Yeah.
I think that's just to mean that just because she's aging a fuck ton, just because she's aging way too fast.
Yeah, you know what happens when she ages? She dies.
They never said that though.
Because Bella literally asked the other guy, "How old are you?" And he goes 150, and she's like, "Oh my god, thank God." She thought Renesmee was gonna die early. Okay, and it's logical because you got like Renesmee looking 1 and then in a week looking 7. So you're assuming, oh shit, she's gonna be the Xbox commercial.
Oh my god. That takes some explain.
It's a
We didn't talk about that last time. What he's talking about.
Obviously not.
We talked about while we were watching the 4th movie. There was something that made me think of this Xbox commercial that I showed to him, where it's a mother is like having a child in a hospital. She births the baby like shoots out of her, goes flying in the sky, and while they're in the sky, they become like a grown-ass man and an old man, and then they fall into a grave.
And then it goes, life's too short, have fun. Xbox. It's like, what the... It's like, there's no game, there's no console. Like, it's hilarious.
Xbox.
It's the JonTron meme. X-Back start. Do you know? I think it's from Star Wars Connect. I love that. And then you got Jasper did nothing. They showed that Bella was the strongest. Also, Bella being socially awkward kind of died after a little bit in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get... Well, so also, right at the start, I mentioned this, like, everything was so, like, vivid and shit. All the colors are vivid now that she's a vampire. That might just be why. They might be like, oh, her life is just better.
The blue is actually a stylistic choice to show depression, and also that she's still a human, and human life isn't as cool and vibrant. Get bit, kids.
I mean, yeah.
And then... Why is there always a place that snows? It's like Forks.
What?
Half, like, not snowy and half snowy. You know what I mean? Because even in the third
yeah,
because
it's always snowing.
But like,
I mean,
all
it was Christmas as well in this one.
Oh,
which they never showed in the other ones.
Yeah, because we're like, what if they... I was like, what if Bella lets Jacob use the dumb engagement ring that looks like an egg? Looks like an egg. Looks like a bedazzled egg, dude. It's so ugly. We need to talk about the actual thing. The one part of this movie that people remember. The stupid fight. Confrontation.
The fight's not stupid, though. The fight's pretty cool.
Yes. And that's what pisses me off. Because these fight scenes are actually pretty good. Throughout all the movies, they've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe the third one was bad. I don't really remember.
I don't remember.
The second one didn't really have a fight scene, right?
No,
because the main conflict was Edward being suicidal.
Yeah, Edward was gonna kill himself by walking out and like exposing himself as a vampire, and then the Volturi were gonna kill him.
So you got.
No, I think it's cool though the fact that it was not in the book. The only way that you would be able to like get good satisfaction from it though is if you read the book, which I didn't do.
How many pages is that book?
I have no idea.
Because this was like a long 2 movies, you know what I mean?
They're both like 2 hours, yeah.
So, and I feel like it would just not be fulfilling because the fourth movie's conflict was really good, I thought, and set up really well that it felt like a self-contained story. It didn't feel like... Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes it a part 1 is Renesmee, which is like the whole thing that leads to the second part. But really, they could have just named it something else. It's only because they split the book in half.
Yeah.
And the second movie, I feel if they only did the bookend without the war, it would just be so less thrilling. Because you have this really...
Yeah, well, I mean, especially in a movie, too, you need a fight scene more than you need a fight scene in a book.
Well, both main conflicts are resolved before the main fight. Because you got Bella, all of them were going to fight, and then Jacob comes in, I imprinted it, and then it's done. Solved. The only main conflict there was Bella was going to die. And then this, it's like, are they going to fight? Nope. Like, I made the joke while we were watching, like, what if they assembled all this force, did all this fighting exposition for nothing? They just go, oh, you know what? The child's not dangerous. Let's go.
That's what happened.
I was like, that would be so unfulfilling.
Bruh. Oh, yeah.
That would be so unfulfilling. That would be so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And arguably, I think this was also pretty dumb.
It's still recording, but...
Just because, like, I don't know. I think... I like the line that they have for the dream thing where it goes, it doesn't matter what I show you. None of it mattered. or you're not gonna change your mind.
Yeah, when they cut into the...
I think that was pretty
The fake
clever.
fight.
I think that would have been the reality of the fake fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual timeline. Which you can get into timeline theories there where my mind is going into crazy places.
Who's fucking talking about the different timelines of Twilight?
Not it. No. I really like the fight. I think, to be honest,
The fight is good, but also the fight is the only reason for this movie existing.
and I think what ruins it for me is the fight was amazing. However, it was not done to its full potential.
That's true.
The Volturi could have killed them all easily.
Yeah.
Amos, the Avatar guy, literally could have done anything before he made the earthquake. Like, he was just sitting there doing nothing. Also, I didn't understand that once you cut their head off, they're dead. I thought was you cut their head off, then you have to burn them. Because every time they cut the head off, they were burning people. So Jasper gets his head cut off, and I'm like, oh, he's chilling. And then I was like, sitting there thinking, like, wait, these guys didn't bring fire. Bella's side is just screwed. They don't have fire. The only thing they can do is have Amos fire jutsu that everywhere. But no, it's if your head gets cut off, you're dead. Okay, Seth and Leah, the two wolves, never appeared in their human form in this movie.
They're just wolves, yeah.
They're just wolves. They don't have a single line of dialogue except from howling. Seth dying was so brutal and so sad. Leah dying, it was pretty sad. I was sadder that Leah died than Esme. I don't even remember Carlisle's wife's name.
Yeah, that's her name.
Carlisle's death was done insanely well, in my opinion. The framing was great. The decapitated head and the eyes.
Yeah, you don't even realize that he's dead. Like, you think his body's just laying on the floor, and then the main dude, Arrow was his name, just, like, turns around, he's holding his fucking head.
Well, I think his body was, like, still standing up when he lands. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, so it just looks like he's alive.
Dude,
but,
it
like,
was
he's
literally
hurt.
an anime moment. Like, one for one. And then the second in command, the one blonde-haired guy, literally did nothing in the fight except didn't he get his jaw like ripped like that?
Yeah,
that was
they
sick.
ripped his head off by
That was
putting
sick.
a hand in his mouth.
Some
man.
of the deaths were brutal as heck, and that
They were really
was super
brutal.
cool. It just sucked that all the people that I liked died except Alice. And Jacob. I actually like Jacob a lot more now that I've watched this movie. He seems a lot more mature and chill. Shut
Yeah,
up.
he.
Shut up.
It's just funny because
He's really taking on that dad role.
yeah, that's why it's funny.
Which is also okay.
No, I'll agree. Jacob isn't an insufferable character. He's
Well,
not an asshole in this movie, like I said before.
Okay, he was
Like he
16 and now he's 18. I feel like that's a lot of character growth. Also, when you think about it, Edward's like, what, 150? He's beefing with a 17-year-old over
another
a 16-year-old over an 18-year-old. Get a freaking life, dude. Like, what? And then he's like, I think we could have, like, in the second or third movie where it was just like, I think we could be friends. Actually, I don't. Like, Jacob said that. That line was fire, by the way. And then they were friends at the end. I thought that was cool. Alice seeing the vision of them all living together is chill. I hated just how many characters they introduced. Alistar could have actually been an okay character. He seemed interesting. I liked it.
If he were in the previous movies, if they introduced him before.
And then the earthquake thing was cool. I don't know. This just felt It's like, take out the fight, nothing really substantial happens. The fourth movie, okay, this is what I realized. The problem after the second movie is there's no real main conflict. The main conflict was the love interest thing. And after the second movie, it was very clear that it was Edward. Where do we go from here? We haven't set up a main villain. We're notorious for not setting up villains.
Well, no, they did they
movie,
set up the Volturi in the second movie. Because at least they introduced them. And so you knew, like, you could tell that, like,
just like
they're
how
going to
they
have to come back.
introduced the red-haired chick in 3.
No, they introduced her in the first one.
Yeah, I know. They show her, and then they go, here's a person that can be a villain later. This is someone who
Yeah, because the first one ends in such a
justification to be mad at the Collins, but aren't going to do anything until we think that it's plot convenient. Until we need random villain of the movie series. The only time that they didn't do that was the wolf thing in the fourth movie, which honestly is I think the fourth one is the best written one. Hot take.
Maybe.
So
It might
after the second one, you're like, what am I watching for? We don't have this high school drama romance bull crap.
Yeah, because that's what the first one is.
So then you're like, okay, we're going to just see how dumb and weird and wacky this is. Third movie, they miss the mark. Fourth movie, they do really, really good. Fifth movie, they had an idea, but all the things weren't set up enough to have it actually matter. They didn't have a combat system. They didn't really have a reason for the Volturi. Literally the whole, this is an immortal witch child just happened. We forgot to talk about the scene where they introduced the children.
Oh,
and they throw the baby
children
into the fire.
Yeah.
That was so
They throw
crazy.
the child on the
I
fire.
started dying laughing.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Well, they killed the mom, and I'm like, oh, that was metal as heck. And it's like this baby smiling, and then she just goes, ee. What you? It's so good. And then it just like goes into the fire like a lump of bricks, bro. Like that baby was not alive. What's that about? Oh yeah, the fifth movie was. It was arguably more set up than the first and second movie plot, but like that's not saying much. Those at least had another subplot going for it. This one, they should have leaned less into the power system. Maybe had more things about Bella being mad at Jacob for imprinting or something. And figuring out what to do with Carlisle. I think they need to do more on that if they wanted to set this up. Without another movie or changing the old movies. Or just... Honestly... The pacing could have been fixed if they just took out the first intro part and used that as screen time. Because that I swear that was 30 minutes. It was so long.
It was long.
A third of this movie is credits. You got 30-minute credit at the start. You got credit where they play the song. Credit of the Green Day. Credit of some generic 2000s that lasts like 10 minutes.
Well, that's what movies are, though. The end of it is like 25 minutes of credits. So you can't just say that.
No, but they're crediting the same people.
Yeah, all of them do that.
We don't need that like 5 times. At least incorporate it interestingly. Like at the start, don't just play some, here's some stock animation footage. Words. Like, I don't care. And then... I don't know. I think... Okay. The camera angles were better. I don't even... Actually, I think they're mid. You know what? I thought they were good because I literally couldn't remember if they were good. But I think that just says that they're bad.
That just means it's not good. If
Like,
it's unmemorable.
Because, okay, I will say this. There was no offensive shots like there were in the old movies. Like, you know how in the fourth one they had the dumb thing where it's like Jacob's back of his head looking at Edward, and then Edward's back of his head. Like,
yes.
they cut all those. And I think that's worse. I think they played it too safe. I think that was the charm. Because you had those dumb things like Edward and Jacob's dumb confrontation of like, let's do this, let's fight these wolves. And I like that. Or you have really cool shots that were very unique and never thought of. Which I think they do really well in the action scenes. However, I can't tell you a single shot that I was like, I like how they did that. Except the Carlisle thing. That was the only one.
Him dying. Yeah, his death.
And I like some of the action shots.
Yeah, I think they just tried to make this movie way too serious compared to the ones prior. Like, they tried to make it way too professional compared to the prior ones.
It was so
And it doesn't work because the other ones are good because it's shitty production.
You know what it's like? It's like if you take out all the Voldemort scenes in the Harry Potter movies and only introduced him in the last 2 movies. It feels like they were setting up for a finale of the series, but they're like, shoot, we didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
All these movies were basically self-contained.
That's another thing. It doesn't feel like it was building up to anything. This doesn't feel like it's a proper ending. Like, it doesn't feel... It's the climax of the whole series. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't... Because it doesn't build up to it.
The fact
it
that
just happens.
He was like...
It's just a thing that happens.
If I'm watching Twilight... Like, if I had to watch Twilight with people, I would watch the first one or the last one. The fact that you can watch the last one and still understand 90% of the context, like, that's not a finale. Like, imagine you just watched the last movie, the Harry Potter 7 Deathly Hallows Part 2. You're not going to understand shit.
Yeah.
And that's not because, they had 2 more movies. No. It's because literally...
It's because it built up to it.
They built up to it. They built up to it in the movie. That was it. Nowhere else.
Yeah.
Like, they were small foreshadowing. Like, last credit scenes. That's it. They get, like, 2 minutes out of the 2 hours of each movie. And then, like I said, the Volturi could have killed them all at the start of the battle. Didn't matter. The score was meh. They saw a dialogue issue. They need a sound designer. We literally thought that the TV was broken the first time. And I don't know how anyone watched these in theaters. Because I can imagine either the dialogue is barely hearable, or if you can hear the dialogue, you won't after they play any song or fight scene or any transition. Because they're so loud.
They do that with, like, every movie. They used to. Newer
it's so
movies
loud.
Don't do that.
You need closed captions for all of these movies.
Yeah.
Even with closed captions, some of the lines were subtitled wrong.
Yeah, well, that's also because we're using
What are you talking about, Daniel? I was watching this on Prime Netflix, okay? One of those.
No, so these movies were on Hulu the last time we did this.
Prime Video.
Problem is that was a while ago.
Which is what we used to watch it.
They're not there anymore.
It's on Prime Video, which is what we used to watch it. We're not getting sued.
I had a thought while you were talking. This kind of suffers from... It made me think of the fucking newest Star Wars trilogy. They had... So, essentially...
That's not a compliment.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not a compliment.
They had the episode... I'll just call it... Episode 7 and Episode 9 were directed by the same guy. Episode 8 was directed by a different guy. Thus, Episode 8, which is considered the shittiest by many,
the list
is also they also just, like, throw, like, balls to the wall. They fucking just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. They make fun of stuff they set up in episode 7, and don't, like, make it, like, become anything.
Lightsaber?
Yeah. Or, like, in episode 8, like, one of the big things is when Rey goes and meets Luke Skywalker at the end of episode 7, and then
train me,
and then she says train me, and then, like, hands him his lightsaber, which he throws in the fucking water. They just make fun of everything.
No.
And then
I like that.
The thing is, though, that because that was a different director, episode 9 is made by the same guy who directed episode 7, which he was the one setting it up. So he obviously didn't want it all to be made fun of. He was building it towards something. So in episode 9, he had to rebuild it up. He had to, like, put everything in the one movie to make it be the climax of a 9 movie series. And it was shit. It was, in my opinion, the worst Star Wars movie out of all 9 of them.
To be fair, though...
This is the same thing.
To be fair, though, I think even if he did direct the 8, it would be shit, because bringing back Palpatine was dumb.
Yeah, it was still dumb.
And Rey and Kylo Ren's relationship thing was dumb, where they kept dying, kissing each other, then dying again.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And then the other one would live again, and then the other one would kiss him, and then they would die.
Yeah, either way,
it was dumb.
All that is to say, they did the same shit with this, where where
Jacob
were trying...
Jacob kissed Renesmee, and then Renesmee died.
They were trying to build it up. Like, they were trying to build it up in prior movies by introducing stuff. They didn't fulfill it in the movies after that. When it came to the movie of where it has to be fulfilled, they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something with this. And so then they finally did. But it was over too small of a time period.
I'm gonna say I think the Super Smash Bros. Fanfic is probably better. Probably has better foreshadowing to the 2 million words.
I bet. I bet it is.
Okay. What do we normally do? We talked about the shots.
Rank them and stuff?
We talked about the shots. We talked about the audio.
I can't think of anything else to talk about.
The plot was pretty...
The plot was meh.
I think it was the most 2 or 2.5 out of 5 I've ever seen.
That's what you would get?
It was so mid. It felt like a first movie plot.
What we were doing before with all the other ones was we rate it as a movie, and we rate it as like a watching experience.
That's unfair for this movie.
Because the watching experience for all of them is definitely for all of them it's probably higher than the actual movie score.
You want to know what the enjoyment of this movie is for watching as a movie?
What's that?
A 4.8 out of 5. You know why?
A 4.8 out of 5?
The Drake jokes of Jacob.
Drake jokes.
Every second was just me making fun of this pedophilia plot.
No, I agree.
And Jacob's like one of my favorite characters in this.
I agree in that makes it hilarious,
when
but
Jacob
that's not because of...
And Renesmee pull up to the guy... I was like, Jacob's in his mind like, yeah, look at my daughter, look at my bride. She's the most beautiful 1-year-old I've ever seen. She got that dog in her.
No, dude. No. Oh my god. Holy shit.
I'm going to hell. Normally we don't talk about the jokes we make during it because we'll get canceled. Okay, compose myself. Baby's dying.
So you're
wolf.
So you're saying 4.8 out of 5 for experience.
Yeah.
What's the movie score?
I think, okay, you know what? Honestly, I think what boosts that is because if we would have watched this when we thought we were going to, it wouldn't be as funny because I'm still laughing at the Drake memes. My Instagram's still flooded with Drake memes. So I'm dying. Like, I'm picturing, like, Renesmee getting bullied at school and it's like, my boyfriend's gonna beat you up. And then Jacob.
Jacob. Grown-ass man.
Grown-ass dog. As an actual movie, I think this is the most... I think it's a 2. Because now, like, after I know, all this is a dream vision thing, it's like the fight doesn't mean anything now. Like, all these character deaths, I'm like, I don't care. If I rewatch this, I would be like, he didn't actually die.
Yeah, that's true. Me, as an experience, I would say it's, out of 10, I would say it's a good 7, maybe 6. I'll say 6. It's a good 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's right.
7 is like what I consider
No, I think
when I consider something a 7. That's like the good shit. That's like where it starts to get really good. This is like on the precipice of that.
I think I ranked
this isn't
the first one a 7 or an 8.
I think so. You gave it something really
I think the first one
high.
is an 8. This one, as an experience, I think is actually a 6.
Yeah, I'm saying 6.
Because half the movie just doesn't matter. The fight doesn't happen. The characters don't die. The other half is like good character dialogue, witty banter with the characters, and making fun of pedophilia, and I think that those are fun experiences.
That's a good clip.
Everything else.
That's a good clip. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna save that as a clip.
This is why I need to be a YouTuber, because I'm good. I can speak the YouTube lingo. I don't know. It's like, I feel like rewatching this would make my score drastically drop. Because I think it's only good the first watch.
Yeah, that's
why
true. If I were to watch this again too, I would be like, "Are we at the fight scene yet?" Oh no, and then I'd look at my phone. Like I wouldn't watch the movie.
And even like the fight scene, I feel like other shows like are better at doing fight scenes nowadays.
Well, yeah.
I think this is good as a one-time thing of like you watched all the other Twilight movies for the characters and you're like, screw it. What if they actually use this power system? You see it once, you go, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. That was pretty cool, and that's it. The only part of that fight scene that is really good is the fact that you have watched 4 movies of these characters. And you're like actually emotionally invested. And you realize, oh, it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, why would I be watching this again when I can watch Marvel? When I can watch crazy animation? When I can watch... what are some good action movies? I don't know. I don't watch action movies. I don't really care for action. It's like...
Either way, there are better things. There are better fights in better shows and movies. Is what
done
we're
by
saying.
like 18-year-olds where they like hit a volleyball that are like more engaging at times. It's like I don't know. I think my overall tier list, top to bottom. No, we're going to do bottom to top because that builds more suspense. Dude, YouTube game. I got this. Engagement. You're going to see a spike right here. You're gonna
spike
look
in the 20 views.
We need to make chapters to these videos. Dude, I'm telling you. Thumbnail, we got to change the thumbnail game. It's just going to be Jacob's face and it's going to be pedophile.
That would get demonetized.
Sorry, no.
That would not get, like...
Here we go. Clickbait title.
It wouldn't
Kendrick versus Jacob. The real Raph beef. Part 2. And then the intro was like... Drake was just the level 1 pedo. What? He didn't even go from when they were first born and a CG baby. What was I doing? Okay. The last one, the bottom one is 3. I feel like we all agree on this. This is a universal opinion.
Yeah.
It's bad. Second lowest is this one. Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Okay.
I don't remember what I said last time. It's a toss-up of 2 and 4. And I think I put 2 as number 3. I think New Moon is in the middle. I think there was a lot more that could be done. And I think Breaking Dawn Part 1 is number 2, and then the first one is the top. As enjoyment. As actual movies, switch the first and the second, and that's the same standing.
I just realized I never actually rated the movie by itself. I just said so as an experience it's a 6. The movie itself, I'll give it like a 2.5 out of 10.
I think that's really good.
A 2.5.
Dude, I'm just spouting numbers.
I'll say
You should have done it to your list.
I say 2.5. Freaking what I think of the movies, of all the movies ranked, bottom one is 3. I agree with you.
There's just no scene, like every single other movie you have
remember
a scene
stuff
that you are excited about.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, you have basically the whole movie has
Right.
iconic scenes. Second one has a lot, like
Because like
Jacob
okay,
stuff.
like iconic things I can think like right off the bat. Number 1, baseball. Number 2, sitting by the window depressed. Number 3,
Cell Division.
Number 3, fuck
The
knows.
The car.
The car.
Where she gets hit by the car. She almost gets hit by the car, and then Edward stops it.
Oh, does that happen in the third? I don't even remember
That's
that.
in the first movie, and then she goes, "You're a vampire." And
Oh,
he's
is
like,
that
no?
the
I
first
just stopped
one?
the car.
Okay. Well, anyway, number 3, in the third movie, I don't remember. In the fourth one, her becoming a vampire, and then also the child.
The birth, the child,
the bed break, the broken bed.
Dude, the fourth movie has so many iconic scenes.
The fifth one, then the fight. The third one, fuck knows.
Only has one.
The third one, fuck knows. Anyway, last one, very worst movie is 3. Is New Moon, not New Moon, whatever. Eclipse. The second to last one is... Yeah, I'll agree that it's this one as well. It's Breaking Dawn Part 2. 3, the third best movie would be Breaking Dawn Part 1. The second best, I still think that New Moon has the best plot. And so I'll say New Moon for number 2. And then number 1 is the first one.
Okay, so ladies, what we've established is they have to have part 2 and the third one on their lowest. I don't remember what the third one's titled.
Eclipse.
It was so
Because
bad.
the second one's New Moon. And
And
one
then,
of them is Eclipse.
if you want a compatibility test, screw astrology. You say which ones their top, rank their top 3. The 3 being New Moon, Twilight, and Breaking Dawn Part 1. You don't even need to specify those are the 3. You say what's your top 3 Twilight movies in order. And if Breaking Dawn Part 2 or Eclipse are in any of those, run.
Yeah, run.
Yeah, it's over. Don't make eye contact. You know what I realized, Daniel? This is about 10 hours long of Twilight movies we watched.
Yeah.
We could have beat the first arc.
Dude, stop, bro. Stop talking about Wizard 101.
It's a good game.
Do you even want... Is it worth doing a retrospective we were talking about doing that before. If we were to do it, it would be like a month from now, but what is there going to be to talk about?
I think the thing is going to be the same. I think I personally really, really had fun with the first one. The first one's great. I think Breaking Dawn Part 1 is really good as both funny memes and movie, like as a movie. New Moon had some pretty cool shots. I wish they took the story in a little different of a turn, and then the third one never needs to be brought up ever again. And this one is a lot of wasted potential.
I agree with that pretty much.
I honestly, the only thing that will change is like after this experience, I'm like, okay, Twilight memes are pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't view it as like, I don't know. I think we watched it at a good time in our life where it's like we're mature enough to not take the dumb romantic stuff seriously.
Yeah.
And see through the red flags. I think some things perpetuated in this movie is very toxic. However, I think they're very less toxic than the things perpetuated in a lot of young adult stuff. Such as sadism, masochism, Stockholm Syndrome, unconsensual diddling. Things like that.
Pedophilia.
No, that one's a green flag. That one, you get a song dropped, okay?
There's another clip.
I'm fine with pedophilia as long as I get a Kendrick song.
Alright, there's a clip. I just made sure to stay silent during that too, so that I could make a nice
sound alert.
Make a nice
I'm never having a job.
Wave file from that.
What are you gonna do with that wave file?
No, I'm gonna.
That's gonna be your intro. Somebody's gonna sample that.
I don't know what else I can say about this series.
I honestly liked it. I think this is a good series.
If I were to watch this again, it would definitely just be... I would not take this seriously at all, which I didn't this time, because I knew not to.
I think watching any movie should be taken as seriously as watching Twilight from the perspective of people almost in their 20s.
I don't know about that.
No, because like
some shit like this.
Your expectations are so low, you're just not going to be disappointed. And you're just going to, like, if somebody does something dumb, it's either going to be, man, that was really dumb, or, oh my gosh, why is there a CGI baby? Why did they throw a baby in the fire? That was pretty funny. And it's a good time. I honestly had a lot of fun with this. I think we need to do this more with dumb movies. Because this is how I watch every movie. He comes in there, freaking manuscript
because
ready.
I like movies.
The themes of da da da. I'm like,
I had to write reviews of movies for the school newspaper. So like, yes, that's what I do.
I like analyzing things. It's one of my favorite things. Movies, though, I feel you just don't have enough time to explore things in interesting and creative ways. As much. I'm gonna get killed with that opinion.
Yeah, however, that's a minority opinion.
Okay, I think it's harder to do. Because there are movies that have done it very, very, very well. And those are good movies. However, I think a lot of movies released over the years are not classics in theaters.
Well, yeah.
And definitely. That's why I don't watch a lot of movies. Because it's like you have to find underground indie stuff that are really cool and tackle really interesting things like Shutter Island, Inception.
That's not underground.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like in theaters. I'm not gonna go to the cinema and be like, man, I'm gonna question my life today.
See, that's what makes it fun, though. That's why I went and watched Oppenheimer with my dad. Because then we walked out of the theater and we were both like, So,
Yeah, that's what's fun. But I'm just saying there's not that many movies that do that nowadays.
No, that's
you got
true.
Oppenheimer
That is
and Barbie,
true.
and those are the only ones in recent decades I can think of, honestly.
Anyway. In like 2 years, I'm gonna private these videos.
No,
I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna unlist them. That's what I'll do. I won't private them. I'll unlist them.
But we can be famous, Daniel. Don't you want this to come back and haunt you?
That's exactly why I'm gonna unlist them.
But they'll never know it's us. We look so different.
I'm gonna apply to.
We don't have distinct voices.
I'm gonna apply to grad school. And
We
they're gonna
don't
be like,
have distinct laughs. We don't have distinct humor.
In 2024,
We're just generic white boys.
in 2024, you made some videos.
So you said that New Moon was actually better than Twilight? You can't work here.
Yeah.
You were with someone who said, quote, "I'm fine with pedophilia as long as Kendrick Lamar drops. Do you stand by this? You're out of here. Please."
Yeah, so if anyone is watching this right now,
If any future employer watches this, I'm not.
yeah, this isn't me. I was about to say I'm not.
There
and
is a
I was
gun
about to
to my
say
head.
I was about to say my name, but I'm not gonna dox myself like that. Actually,
I'm not Jimmy A. Smith, okay?
Um,
Who lives on 123.
yeah, my name is Mauricio.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Shut up, God. Who is that?
Okay. It'll be unlisted anyway. It's fine.
No.
So,
Don't be a pussy.
if anyone, no, not whoever's watching this right now, Mesa, because I know damn well you're one of the people. You're one of the people who watches this.
Did you do that last time?
Yeah, we talked about Ted, dude. Ted, if you're watching
Ted
this.
watches this?
No, there's no way.
Oh my God.
Ted, if you're watching this.
Ted, I don't mean anything about Carlisle.
Ted, if you're watching this, text me penis 5 times.
Does Ted text penis?
I doubt it. Text me pen 15 5 times.
Why would
Okay,
Ted watch
then-
a 2-hour video?
But I know damn well he's not going to. But if he does, I want to know. I watched the tennis video for you, Ted. I'm doxing everyone now at this point.
Mesa, if you disagree with any of our opinions, please debate
No,
us.
Mesa, I know that
We're
you legitimately are going to be
experts.
watching this.
We're
So,
experts. You don't know shit.
save the links to anyone who's watching this right now. Save the links because in 2 years, these are not going to be up. That's all I'm
Save the
saying.
links, and then you can make millions. You have our job security in your hands. Save the link. If you don't even know us, you
Save
can
the
hold.
link.
You can hold this over our head. Please don't. This is a joke for all legal purposes. I'm gonna have to dye my hair, change everything. about
None of
me.
this is getting edited out, by the way. All of this stays in because I'm too lazy to edit this.
Dude, if I had the patience and time, I could edit all of these and it would be an actually good video. I feel like we have gold.
Yeah, we just talk.
If people had the attention spans they did in early YouTube days, we would probably have thousands of subs, dude. This is the old YouTube days shit.
That's true.
If we did this back when Twilight first came out, dude, we would be bullied in school.
We would have been. To anyone watching this from high school, this is what's become of the two fucking nerds.
I was a chill guy.
Watching Twilight.
Okay, this is not out of my character.
What a downfall.
I do a lot of shit.
No, anyway.
I watched The Bachelorette one time for the shits and giggles. Somebody was like, do it. And I was like, okay, you're going to pay me money? I never got that money.
See, I'm not.
Dude, I'm pissed.
See, I'm not embarrassed to admit the stupid shit I watch though. I watch my favorite anime is Sailor Moon. When I was younger, I would watch Monster High. I still would watch it, and
It's
it
a
would like
confessional.
it would. I would still watch it, and it would give me
Guys,
memories.
Have
from
you
when I
ever
was
watched
younger.
Monster High? Is your favorite anime Sailor Moon?
Is your favorite anime Cory in the House?
Shut the fuck up. 2015 meme ass.
I'm done, bro.
Guys,
I'm
what's
done.
your favorite My Little Pony?
I'm done.
And why is it Fluttershy?
Fun fact: if anyone is watching this, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I was about to dox something else that had to do with My Little Pony. And
You have to tell me this after.
No, you already know it.
But I can't think of what you were gonna say. Okay.
All right.
My Little Pony's actually pretty okay, from what I heard. I've never seen it.
I've never watched it. Like
The
actually.
opening's a banger, dude. I don't give a shit what y'all say. Okay.
Is there one opening? Are there not like multiple?
I think there's only one. Anyway,
Really?
what I've learned from this experience is a lot of media and fandom stuff is actually pretty okay and good. I feel like we just give them bad stereotypes. Think like the Undertale fandom, FNAF. It was like cool for a little bit, then it became cringe furry, and then the movie and Security Breach came out, and now it's kind of okay again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what are some other things? Trying to think of like things that people stigmatize a lot. Like, because everybody made fun of Twilight back in the day. If you
yeah.
watch Twilight, oh, you're a 14-year-old girl. Oh, you don't understand. I think
Well, you're acting like it's not. The fact that we're watching this like isn't stupid. This is definitely like dumb.
But I had a good time.
So did I.
I think that we gave
I still had a good time.
too many things
Because it's funny.
because of like 14-year-olds being able to use the internet and share their cringe stuff. Like, we've all made cringe, dumb stuff. Some people just publish it, and that's called AOL. AOL, is that the AO3?
AOL.
AO3. AOL. Wasn't it
AOL Instant Messenger, bro. That's
Dial-up
what it's
place?
called. Yeah.
It's called Wattpad. I don't know. I think just if something seems interesting to you as a concept, just watch it and don't go online ever and look at the fandom stuff because it's mainly people shipping underage boys.
I mean, yeah.
Or in this case, a wolf and a baby who will outlive him.
CGI, baby. Well, at the end of the day,
I know everybody is sad and distraught that this series is coming to a
it
close.
is done. Yeah, so we're not doing a fucking
Drop-
retrospective, by the way. This is the last fucking Twilight video, because low-key, I'm tired of this shit.
Dude, honestly, same.
We're not making a retrospective video, so
Drop
sorry to
anymore.
anyone who was looking forward to that.
We do funny moments. We react to our videos and drop
Bruh.
another 10 hours of footage. More things for the
God.
for our employers to drop us. Drop any more cringe shows, some weird things you want us to watch that are mid or funny.
Yeah.
And we can make fun of them.
Mesa, give us some gold. Give us some gold, Mesa.
Mesa is getting called out today.
Because I know that she's one of the people who watches this.
Mesa, you're our own.
Who else?
You're our OG.
Who
You're
else
our
can I
fan.
dox?
If we ever make merch, you're getting it.
Who else do I know
You're
for
our
a fact
membership.
watches this?
Did you say Ted?
Ted doesn't watch this. I just said that as a joke.
9 OG.
Sweet. Henry Chard, I send you
Chard?
the links to this. If you watch this, dear God, please tell me. I want to know.
If you watched Twilight or
If you watch the reviews,
these
reviews.
Henry Chard, if you watch this, send me 3 eggplant emojis.
Yeah, do that. Do that, Steve. Send me 3 eggplant emojis if you watched
Why did
This
I do that,
video.
dude? I did the thing.
Bruh,
that
you
Kevin,
did that to Steve.
You know, that's the thing.
I mean,
that
who else would you do it to other than Steve?
Kevin accuses me of doing that all the time. I'm like, I don't do that. It's like the the one person face where they go. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to dox him?
Oh.
You're not trying to dox him?
No.
He's on this story. If you're watching this also, guy we're talking about, you should probably know who we're talking about. Mr. Tall Man. That's what we'll call you, since apparently you're one of the people we don't want to dox.
Dude, he can look at me over the stall. He can kill me.
If you're watching this, text me a photo of peanut butter.
Send me Bean Croc.
Jasmine Jackson, if you're watching this, send me a bean meme. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Drop a bunch of names.
Who else is on this?
Lyndon B. Johnson. If you're watching this, send me the nuclear launch codes.
I'm trying to think of people who would legitimately watch this.
I think we're good.
Neely Sliva, if you're watching this.
Neely would not watch this.
She's on
Neely
the
would have
story.
made fun of me by now. She would have sent me something and been like, "You're dumb."
If you're watching this, Neely, send me a picture of
the reaction to the Zoom call with the one teacher.
Yes! Send a photo of that. Send a photo of that, please, of the Zoom call.
That's so
Hell, if anyone from high school's watching this, send me a video, the freaking video of the Zoom call. So do I.
Okay.
But I just want to know who watched this.
That's the code.
Okay, we're fucking done. We're fucking done.
We love this series. Yay.
At the end of the day.
Overall, a 6.5 out of 10.
At the end of the
7 out
day.
of 10 series.
CGI baby.